Last time on Boruto, Code managed to infiltrate the Leaf Village thanks to a mark he left on Shikamaru's neck when he took him hostage. But that was all a part of an elaborate plan in order to trap Code. Because, as it turns out, Shikamaru had actually been working with Amado, and Amado has a updated, altered, whatever version of Delta who now works for the Leaf Village. But, despite that advantage, Code has decided to bring Ada into the fray, something that has shocked Amado to his core. What is Amado's relation to Ada? Let's find out. Amado looks at Ada, shocked. Ada, you're alive? Shikamaru is shocked and is worried. Ada, he thinks. And Delta just looks at Ada like a blank expression on her face. Ada simply says to Amado, "Isn't that obvious?" Still the same old stupid reactions. Amado? Well, I guess I can't blame you. And Amado is trembling. I have never seen this man so shook. I'm like, why does he fear Ada so much, I wonder? And Shikamaru is realizing this too. He thinks, Amado's terror is beyond abnormal. Who and what is this woman? Code is still pinned down by Delta, and Delta says, Ada, I don't know who you are, but if you're with them, I guess you're my enemy. So might as well get rid of you both. As Delta goes in for Ada with a powerful kick, her kick stops inches from Ada's face. Shikamaru's shocked, and Delta is shocked as well. And Ada says, Tis, you're flashing me, Delta dear. I can see your panties. Kinky. I'm actually kind of glad Delta's back again. I kind of hope she doesn't get killed, destroyed. She's a fairly fun character. And Ada just walks up to Delta, and Delta puts her leg down. Shikamaru's shocked and thinks, what the? And Code's just observing. Ada then touches the leg that Delta is using to hold Code down, and Ada says, now, this leg too. And, much to Shikamaru's shock, Delta rescinds her leg. Shikamaru shouts to Delta, Hey Delta, what are you doing? And Delta, equally confused, says, I want to know too. What is up with this girl? And Ada simply says, Thanks, Delta dear. That's good. Shikamaru thinks to himself, what is she? And then he communicates with Ino. Ino, emergency situation. I need backup. Meanwhile, with Sasuke and Boruto talking outside on the balcony, I think. I keep wanting to call him Shikamaru because I'm still caught in the moment with Shikamaru wondering what's going on. Sasuke says, Forgive me, Boruto. Boruto questions this. Shikamaru continues and says, Stopping Momoshiki's rampage was my responsibility as your teacher, but I couldn't be there when you needed me. Boruto says, Master. Sasuke continues, and Kawaki had to take on a painful role too. The village doesn't need to hate anyone else besides me. That role that Sasuke said he would take on all that time ago. That if there was any hate to be directed in the village, it should be just towards him. Boruto says, So you heard that Kawaki was the one who killed me. Sasuke responds, Only a select few know. It's for the best. Quite a few already disapprove of Kawaki being here in the first place. Boruto tries to defend this by saying, But I asked him to do it. I told him to kill me. It's not right that he's getting blamed. Sasuke remarks, The one who is despised killed the Hokage's son. Whatever else, that's a fact. It can't be helped that additional bias is heaped on. Sasuke talking from that experience of knowing how bad things can get in certain situations. Boruto rebukes this and says, But that's just wrong. Especially since I'm alive and fine. Besides, he's the only one I could have made such an unreasonable request to, because we acknowledge each other as bros. Sasuke totally knows that. He understands that feeling all too well. Boruto continues, and it's likely the same for him. He did it 'cause we're bros. He understood and accepted my resolve. Sasuke muses to himself, brothers, huh? Boruto then remembers something. He says, That's right, I gotta return this. Your headband. It helped me firm up my resolve. Thanks a ton. Sasuke then says, If it's so helpful, keep it. It's a gift. Boruto is shocked, saying, "What? You sure? Isn't this an important memento of you and my dad?" Yeah, the headband. Sasuke's Leaf Village headband. The one that Naruto scratched all that time ago when they first fought at the Valley of the End. Sasuke responds to Boruto saying, "It's fine. You hold on to it." Boruto is stoked, saying, "For real? Yes, thanks, old man." Old man, jeez. "I'll treasure it for the rest of my life." It feels weird that Boruto is so intent on wearing essentially what looks like a missing Nin headband. But Boruto ties on the headband, smiling up a storm. Sasuke says, "I might be the one having to show his resolve next." Boruto questions this. Meanwhile, we see Sarada and Mitsuki on a balcony opposite to Sasuke and Boruto. Sarada questions, "I wonder what they're talking about." Mitsuki says, "If things had gone wrong, Boruto would be dead. Master Sasuke is likely feeling guilty as his teacher. I certainly do, even now when I think that Boruto could have died without me being there to help still gives me chills." Yeah, Mitsuki unfortunately has not been involved with much lately. Neither has Sarada. Despite the fact that they are honestly both very capable, they've kind of fallen into the same role that Sai and Sakura had, just kind of falling to the background. I don't really like that. These are really good characters with a wealth of abilities. I would hate to see them only kind of used as fodder every now and again. Mitsuki continues, "And supposing someone really were to try to kill Boruto, I really don't know what I would do to that person." Sarada is a little surprised by that. Mitsuki looks at her and says, "Sorry, I just realized that came out sounding disturbed." I mean, it's your friend, but it makes me wonder, is he saying that should Kawaki do that or try that again, Kawaki and Mitsuki would come to blows? That would be a pretty interesting matchup. Sarada responds, "I'm really shocked over everything that's happened to him. Now I'm truly relieved that he survived it all, but amid that relief, I'm starting to feel angrier and angrier, you know? I mean, it's not his fault, I know that. He couldn't help any of this happening, but still, are we just that undependable, you know?" I actually like the fact that Sarada and Mitsuki are voicing their grievances, that they feel like they are not really being involved in what's going on with Boruto. Like, this shows that the characters have a sense of agency in terms of a lot of things. Sarada continues, "I want to be able to help him more." And then she jokes, "Actually, maybe I'm mad at myself." Mitsuki turns to her and says, "So you do like him, Boruto?" Does he mean like or just like? Sarada, shocked, says, "What? Where the heck did that come from?" Mitsuki responds, "So you don't?" This is a very Sakura and Sai conversation, but honestly a kind of little bit less awkward since they've known each other for so long. Sarada responds, "I'm saying whether I do or don't has nothing to do with this." Gah, I'm trying to have a serious convo here. Mitsuki responds, "I wonder if it's something that's hard to tell. Your own true feelings, I mean." "Well, I guess it doesn't matter." Sarada, confused by this, says, "Doesn't matter? Yeesh, you're one to talk, Mitsuki. Your eyes light up when it comes to Boruto." So it's more of a bond of friendship thing. And Sarada says, "And Dad, has he forgotten that he's my father first? Even more than Boruto's teacher?" God, I swear, this is so frustrating. And that is true. If anyone should honestly be teaching Sarada, it should be Sasuke. Especially since, only two people with Sharingan. I'm pretty sure Kakashi still doesn't have his Sharingan anymore. So you'd think Sasuke would at least be trying to pass on some of the Uchiha teachings onto Sarada. Mitsuki says, "We have to get stronger, both of us. In order to face a mighty Otsutsuki, we need just as much power and resolve too." Sarada says, "Well, that's a no-brainer, because I won't be fit to be Hokage otherwise." Honestly, between Mitsuki and Sarada, they have the best chances of getting at least close to that level, because Mitsuki has his Sage mode stuff. I think that's also included in the manga. sometimes I forget if that's an anime only thing or not. And Sarada, I mean, at one point she might be able to develop the Reningan, depending on if, well, Sasuke gives up his eye. Or maybe she'll find a way around the whole eye transfer bullshit. Kawaki's awake, and he gets up. Sumire's surprised and says, Kawaki. And Naruto, sitting at the foot of his bed, says, yo, you slept well. He says, this reminds me of the first time we met too. Kawaki doesn't say anything. Oh, Kawaki says, you didn't come to tell me about stupid old memories, did you, Lord Seven? Naruto gives Kawaki a very neutral look, I guess you could say. He then says, sorry, Sumire. Could you give us a minute? Sumire says, oh, sorry for not realizing. Like, I feel bad for Sumire. She's caught in a weird situation with all of this. Oh, shit. Kawaki says, you're not gonna condemn me for killing Boruto? And Sumire's face, like, you could almost see her neck almost snap off with the way she just goes, huh? Naruto says, after a bit of silence, relax. Boruto's fine. Kawaki's shocked and says, what? Boruto says his karma's power saved him. It's a long story, but he's alive. Sumire shook. She's still standing there. But, I mean, she already heard it, so there's no point in having her leave now. Sumire's thinking, Kawaki killed Boruto? Naruto's silent for a bit and says, if you hadn't been there, we might have all died. I'm not saying this just because Boruto's okay, but I'm grateful. Man, hey, Naruto, that's full-blown Naruto. Just, given the situation, he's able to kind of turn the other cheek to it. He says, Boruto feels the same. He says, you took on a painful role. Man, Naruto and Boruto, they're more alike than they probably would like to admit. Naruto says, I've said this before, Kawaki, but you belong here in Konoha, nowhere else. Everyone in Konoha is family to me, including you. Naruto coming in with that Takuno Jutsu, even though he doesn't really even need it. He wants to make sure it's just like, keep going down the right path, man. But Ino contacts Naruto. He says, what is it? Oh, Sasuke can also hear it. Ino says, enemy attack at Lab 3. Code and one other identity unknown. Sasuke gets ready to head out and says, be right there. Boruto says, Master Sasuke, what's going on? I should say, Sasuke-sensei. Oh, Sasuke turns to Boruto and says, the enemy is here. Let's go, Boruto. Sasuke has kind of become, oddly enough, Kakashi, which is really unfortunate for Konohamaru. You would think Konohamaru would be involved with all of this, but Konohamaru has basically turned into a Ruka, but even less relevant. Really unfortunate. Naruto gets up and says to Sumire and Kawaki, sorry, I forgot an urgent matter. We'll pick this up later. Sumire turns to Naruto and says, Lord Seventh? So Boruto is fine? Naruto turns to her with a smile and says, yeah, fit as a fiddle, no need to worry. And Sumire is immediately relieved and says, oh, good. Like, so you're not leaving me in the room with the murderer. But Kawaki looks down at the karma in his hand and then turns his head with ominous sound effects around him. Oh, we cut back to Shikamaru's whole situation. Ada turns to Shikamaru and then she starts stepping towards him. Shikamaru then uses his shadow possession jutsu in order to bind her in place. Ada is shocked and says, oh, no way, you can actually attack me? Shikamaru is shocked by this comment, but then Ada continues, I see, it's cause the jutsu doesn't directly inflict harm. Shikamaru's gears are turning. Ada then continues on, amazing. I can't move at all. This is a first. Shikamaru then thinks to himself, what the heck is she? I feel all out of whack. And is it my imagination, or am I starting to get a weird fever? He looks over at Delta and sees her on the ground. Delta 2. She somehow lost her fighting spirit. I'm almost positive. The three of us have been ensnared in some sort of jutsu. He communicates with Ino. Ino, I want to talk to Amado without the enemy knowing. Can you link us using mind transmission? Ino says, sure, I'm on it. Man, again, this is the most Ino's been useful, being able to have people mentally communicate with each other. It's essentially like Ino's like King Kai in Dragon Ball. Shikamaru communicates with Amado and says, Amado, it's me. We're communicating via Yamanaka Ino's jutsu. Listen up. No matter what, don't you dare blurt out anything. Amado thinks, Shikamaru? Good, you're doing great. Oh no. Amado says Shikamaru, and Shikamaru says, good, you're doing great. First off, who and what is she? What kind of attack were we struck with? And tell me how to counter it. Amado thinks her name is Ida. To sum it up, all of us in here are currently her captives. You see this weird, ominous aura emanating off of her. I will admit, Ada's hot pants, the way they just ride up, almost like she's got a constant wedgie. Then again, this artist has a weird fixation on thighs. Like, Sumire's skirt, Sarada's skirt, Ada's skirt, Delta's skirt, and Ada's hot pants. Like, this artist is a thigh man. He likes them legs and putting girls in heels. Shikamaru thinks, what do you mean? Amado thinks, it sounds ridiculous, but it's the truth. She enchants us on an instinctual, unconscious level, no matter your gender. You, Delta, me, no one can escape this ability of hers. Oh my god. Well, this kind of appeals to me. Because Ada is dropped to the ground, and Delta drops to the ground, and Ada glances over at her and gives her a smile, and Ada just Delta flushes and thinks, she's so cute. I don't know why I can't say their names separately. Freaking brain is on vacation. Shikamaru thinks, you're kidding, right? How is it even possible? Amado thinks, headache, vertigo, fever, impaired judgment, stiffened muscles from extreme tension. Different people get different symptoms. Some simple types like Delta just become infatuated. He just called Delta a simpleton. Shikamaru thinks, sure looks it. How do we deal with it? Amado thinks, you can't. Once you've become her captive, it's all over. Ada herself can't control this ability, and the effects last until she dies. Jesus. Shikamaru thinks, until she dies, eh? So there is a way, and it's very simple, as he pulls out a kunai. Amado thinks, go ahead and try. You'll see soon enough how futile resisting her is. Shikamaru turns his attention over to Code, who's still captured, but he thinks to himself as he sees the shadow regressing, Gah, my shadow possession won't last much longer. Ada notices this and says, don't push so hard, Shika dear. Come now. Relax. She is lovely. Like, there's this weird charm about her, too, that the artist has just got going on here that I can't really place. Like, she's got this fashion model look about her. Like, she is very pretty. I'm actually fascinated to see what the anime does with her. Shikamaru struggles and thinks, too close. If I let my guard down, I feel like I'll just give in. Ada notices Shikamaru's struggle and says, what incredible force of will. Watching you, I almost want to cheer you on instead. Shikamaru struggles with the kunai in his hand, and he thinks to himself, damn it, it's no use. My body won't move. Amado thinks to Shikamaru, I told you it's futile. Even if you want to kill her in your head, your instinct will reject that thought. Quit fighting it, or else you might damage your mind. Shit. And so Shikamaru drops the kunai, undoes the shadow possession, and he thinks to himself, shoot. And, well, no longer under the shadow possession, Code gets up, stretches a little bit, and goes, phew, sheesh, took long enough. Shikamaru thinks to himself, unbelievable. Even Naruto and Sasuke wouldn't stand a chance against such an ability. In fact, if anything, they'd be in even greater danger from Code, who wants them dead. Damn it, what do I do? And so Code glances over at Amado, goes up to him, restrains Amado against the wall, and tells him, now, just comply, and you won't be harmed. Amado says to Code, don't. And Code says, oh yeah? as he takes his thumb claw thing and buries it into Amado's shoulder slowly as Amado screams in pain. Code coldly says, "A lot of nerves coverage here. Hurts, no?" Ada looks over and says, "Ugh, how vulgar." Shikamaru thinks back to Amado's words where he said, "I'm not a pro like the two of you. I know I'll break pretty easily." Shikamaru knows he needs to work fast. Man, I actually love that Shikamaru is the only capable person in this situation. I know a lot of people were hating on the fact that Shikamaru has kind of been in terms of things lately, so seeing Shikamaru get a little bit of shine is actually pretty nice. Shikamaru says to Ada, "What's your motive? Why are you helping Code? Do you have some grudge against Konoha?" Ada looks over at him and says, "Oh, oh my god. Okay, hold on." Ada looks away and says, "Not really. Code's motive is personal to him. I don't care about it at all." Shikamaru says, "Then why? Why cooperate with him?" Ada responds, "Well, I have no reason to hide it, so I don't mind telling you, Shika dear, since you're so easy to talk to." Man, Shikamaru and the ladies. But Ada blushes and gets all like girly and just says shyly, "You see, I like Kawaki." And Shikamaru has the most dumbfounded look on his face. Like, huh? And Ada just continues to blush and hides her face and says, "OMG, I said it." Code and Amado are looking over like, the fuck? But Amado thinks to himself, Ada likes Kawaki? And Ada continues on, "I'm simply getting assistance from Code on that matter. In return, I'm helping him regain his power." Shikamaru responds to this saying, "Is that so? Thanks for telling me." And then he communicates with Ino, "The situation's changed. I'm switching plans. Change the lock release code from this room's door now." Ino is shook and responds, and is just like, "What?" Shikamaru tells her, "The enemy wields a troublesome ability. I know I requested backup, but I don't want Naruto and the others to come in. Could you stall them somehow?" Ito's just like, "Shikamaru?" And Shikamaru's just like, "Trust me, just do it." Ada looks down at Shikamaru and says, "You just thought how foolish, didn't you?" Shikamaru responds, "No, I was just surprised. It's great, wonderful. I almost want to support your feelings. So, Ada, I have a proposition for you." Ada seems intrigued. "A proposition?" Shikamaru, with a wry smile on his face, says, "Won't you come over to Konoha? Think about it. I believe we can mutually aid each other, and afterward you can tell Kawaki how you feel, or whatever else you want." Ooh. Code is just like, "What?" Oh, that's the end of the chapter? No! Oh man. Oh man. I'm not gonna lie, if this works, Shikamaru's goated. Shikamaru's fucking goated. Like, what? Man, this is far out. I don't think it's gonna work, but if it does, like, Shikamaru, damn. But I love this. Shikamaru's thought process just going bam, 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 bam. Nope. She's too dangerous. I gotta find a way around this. If I'm struggling, who knows how badly it might affect Naruto and Sasuke. We don't want to risk any of that. It's a good plan overall. If Ada's that shallow, then find a way to work around it. Well, I say shallow, but if her objectives are that simple, would she be satisfied with just simply being around Kawaki? And what will Code do in response to this? I don't know, I still see Code's abilities being unlocked. I can't see us getting through this whole situation and Code not having his abilities unlocked. After all of this, nah. Oh yeah, and I just remembered, Mitsuki is also part of Otsutsuki too, isn't he? He was made from Otsutsuki DNA. So, that should count for something too. So, the whole of Team 7 has stupid potential. It just sucks that Sarada and Mitsuki haven't really managed to like catch up to a certain degree. And I'm wondering about the whole situation with Sumire. Is she still just gonna be a bystander? With her being around Kawaki, because Kawaki is almost like his eye activated, like he knows there's danger nearby. I have to wonder. But I would love it if they dedicated more time to having Sarada and Mitsuki kind of grow in their abilities, get a little bit more training in, stuff like that. I don't think I want like a full-on time skip, but I would like a little bit more time to pass, or to have at least a chapter dedicated to them training up their abilities a little bit. Especially since the whole Boruto's Utsutsuification has become a less dangerous problem. And I feel like Code, I don't know, I want him to like maybe build up forces or something like this, because, Code, Ada, and Daemon, and, well, Bug, too, against the whole of the allied Shinobi's forces, I don't know, it feels a little weird. Granted, with the previous series, Naruto, you ended up with Obito, Kabuto, and Madara all just working together, but they managed to get the whole Zetsu army going, so unless there's a mass-produced, like, scientific ninja tool person army at their disposal up in that factory, I don't know, things feel a little weirdly low stakes. It was nice seeing the lovely Delta in action yet again, and having her be on the side of the heroes. I hope she doesn't get fried once again and continues to be an ally of the Leaf. Yeah, this was fun. This was fun stuff, all things considered. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think Ada's response is going to be? How will Code respond to whatever Ada's response is? Do you feel like Shikamaru's plan has merit to it? Do you think Amado will break? And will Naruto, Sasuke, Boruto, and Kawaki come into contact with Ada? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. Or don't. I ain't your daddy, but I still love you like one. And I'd treat you even more fairly than Sasuke or Naruto treat their children. Believe it. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye!